Good evening, everybody. It's time for Comics and Cocktails. I'm drinking the Central Power Battery, and I'm here with Sector 2815, and we'll be right back after this very important message from my channel. And speaking of important messages, if you are making any purchases for comic book supplies over at BCW, please use promo code Cliff Comics to save 10% on your purchase and help support the channel. I very much appreciate it. Now, tonight's guest is our good friend Paul from Sector 2815, the last Green Lantern of 2815. Arissa found a man and left, and now it's just Paul protecting our neighbors, our neighboring sector.
I just have to disavow. I had no way had anything to do with that thumbnail.
I did.
Exactly.
But I was gonna say, did you ever think about the fact that she's one of the Green Lanterns of that sector?
Yeah, absolutely. But she was her and Hal had a little something going on back in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, I know. Remember where she used her ring to age herself up to be more appropriate for Hal to date?
Yeah. Hal, a dirty dog, man.
And you know what? And the writers have no shame. They keep coming right back to it. They keep coming right back. Unbelievable.
So comics and cocktails. I've got the comics. He's got the cocktails. So Brother John, sorry.
Yeah, Brother John knows. So this is not fancy. This is seltzer. This is what do you call it? This is tonic water. This is a gin and tonic. It's a gin and tonic with green vegan food coloring.
They say it's water and food coloring. That's what mine would be.
Yeah. No, it's not water and food coloring because I wouldn't be enjoying it.
Cliff is drinking Robitussin. Nice.
Listen, if my poop comes out green tomorrow, all right.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
Rob tripping bad? Is that what is this?
Robo tripping. That's when you get drunk on Robitussin.
Oh my goodness. Don't try to church it up, Cliff. It's called Kool-Aid. No, baby, that ain't no Kool-Aid. Don't worry. But I'm not gonna get naked for Paul tonight. Don't worry.
Although this is
I'm gonna save all my nudity for Mark's appearance.
Oh, nice. Okay. When is that? I'm busy.
I don't know. I invited Mark for Christmas, so hopefully.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You wanted him for the Christmas show. That's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, but I didn't tell you that. He must have told you that.
No, I was.
Or did I tell you that?
We might have been. Maybe we. I think he and I were talking after. Guess that key, and you were DMing him back and forth. I think, and I think he told me that then. Yeah.
Well, I invited him for the Christmas show, and he told me I still ain't shit. So there we go. But I hope he'll show up for the Christmas show. I hope my titties can still bring the boys to the yard.
Chris will bring the Christmas ornaments. Cliff will have them.
Yep. Pouring some wait.
Pouring some Blanton's Gold Bourbon. Wow, nice. Wow, nice.
Pouring some Blanton's Gold Bourbon. Blanton's Gold Bourbon. How do I not know what that is?
Cliff, you're the guy.
I hang out at the liquor store a little bit. I mean, not a lot because as some of you are well aware, I lost a friend to alcoholism. So I can't. Oh, Alex, you're here too. Oh my God, I feel special tonight.
Nice.
I feel special. All right. So I think we should do the easy topic first.
Okay.
And that is Paul. Some people here might not know you.
Possible.
So a brief secret origin of Paul from Sector 2815.
If I tell everybody, it won't be secret anymore. But I'll go ahead. So I am Sector 2815 on Instagram. I am Sector __ 2815, 2 underscores. One is not enough. So I have 2 underscores. I started on YouTube. Actually, I was just kind of like popping into people's streams and everything and watching things. And superpower review, who doesn't do a lot of, really doesn't do any comic content anymore. He does more gaming stuff, but he used to have a show called What's That Comic Book, and he was always looking for people to be on it. And so I went on it once, twice, three, like 6 times or whatever, and that's kind of how I got my exposure to being on YouTube. And then he stopped doing What's That Comic Book, and then I took What's That Comic Book and What's That Comic Book was basically everyone bring like 3 or 4 comics, and then we just kind of show them and explain them and tell about the book and how and why it ended up in your collection and how and what the importance of it is to you. And I thought to myself, why waste a good idea? So I just kind of changed it a little bit and said, why do people still bring comic books, but other people have to guess what comic book they brought instead? And that's how I came up with Guess That Key. And then I also do with Mark, Legion of Comics. We do DC Comics Deep Dive every Monday morning at 10 o'clock. We're going through the Absolute Universe as the issues come out. And I'm also on his at Week's End every Sunday night. So, been on YouTube now. We're on episode like 156 now for DC Comics Deep Dive. So that's a full 3 years. That's 52 weeks times.
Listen, y'all have helped save me a lot of money sometimes.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not reading this. I'm like, but these two did, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we just kind of started off by just kind of doing like the events. We started off with the first thing we did was Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. That was the first thing that we did.
As you know, I was there for the haterade every time. I was full of haterade. It's so funny. Mark's like, I didn't know DCKO was supposed to elevate things for you, Cliff. And I was like, DC is in such a deficit with my emotional investment that everything has to elevate everything. But I think DCKO is kind of okay. All right. Well, and speaking of that,
yeah, okay,
we're gonna get into it in one hot second.
Yeah,
because I'm sitting here using this laptop, avoiding the bees. I'm sorry, avoiding the yellow jackets, and I'm even slower than usual. Hang on. So I'm pretty sure Paul and I have agreed that our comic of the week is DCKO.
Love the Timberwolf, by the way, on the comic of the week thumbnail.
Right? Isn't he great? I freaking love Timberwolf. Like, the Legion needs more respect. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, Paul is holding that Daniel Warren Johnson cover, which I did not like. And of course, it is one of the ones I pulled out of the freaking blind bag after I was like adamant that it's my least favorite cover of the bunch. And I just think it's hilarious. But DCKO, I thought this was an interesting start.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's an event book, so automatically it's a little bit pricier. Does a nice acetate cover.
Yep.
We get to see a version of Batman murdered almost right away.
Exactly.
It's like before the matches have even started, we've eliminated one of the characters. Ha ha.
John, I do have a foil cover as well, and I have more of the foil bags, the blind bags coming as well. So
he's got more foil blind bags coming.
Yeah. It's like automatically, right out of the gate, the bracket that they put in the back has changed. Because Batman is no more. And so the Joker has taken his place, and it's setting up nicely in round 2. It's setting up nicely to have a Joker Red Hood return battle in the bracket.
I hope there's a lot of crowbars.
Exactly. But I also think it's going to be, it seems as though it may be more kind of like, for those of you who actually are like a wrestling fan, it may be more of a battle royal type thing more than a, hey, let's put Joker and Red Hood into a ring and see how they do, whatever. So, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, there were definitely, John, Brother John was like, there were a whole bunch of oh shit moments when you don't see them in full, but you see the shadows, you see the legs of the Trinity from the Absolute Universe. You see that. You find out that Darkseid has actually been with us the whole time. He's inside. He is inside Booster Gold. So, John got the AEW one.
He's inside Booster Gold.
He's inside Booster Gold. Yeah.
I'm just like he's posing as Booster Gold, but then again, technically, he's inside a lot of people. If we're gonna go down that right.
Yeah.
And Darkseid's a real villain here because there's no consent.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. exactly. So yeah, so so
I literally just found out about this like moments ago. That
yeah,
NYCC said we're going to see Mortal Kombat, Red Sonja, The Boys,
Vampirella.
the Bear from
Yep, Vampirella. So
that
yeah, it's
series that I really like.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that goes a little bit too far for me. I mean, it's like I guess I'll wait to see what they do. I'm willing to give Scott Snyder obviously the benefit of the doubt, but
Oh, I don't give him no benefit of the doubt, but but whatever. We can have fun with this. It's a big old doofy event, so we can have fun with it.
mhm.
All right, let's see what I got for my second foil
Ooh, we got another.
DCKO cover, which is like gambling. And it's
Yeah, I'm hoping I
ridiculous.
get I think I got the gold Jorge Jimenez one and winning the Batman one. So oh yeah, that's nice.
It's a foil Wonder Woman
Yeah,
versus Power Girl.
yeah.
It's a Frank show. All right, I could do worse. I
Mhm.
could do this makes up for the Daniel Warren Johnson. But I saw Sub-Zero in the preview. Why can I not remember the freaking name of the comic with the bear killing people in the woods? What is her name? What is the damn name of her book?
I don't remember. I'm sure I haven't read it. So
It was like the top indie story of last year. It was like, oh my God, look what she did to that duck. And like, I can't remember for shit. Like, oh my God, I'm a professional wrestler and I love the DWG. It reminds me of Duo Papa.
are you gonna have
hear you.
the Boys, Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, Vampirella, Red Sonja, Annabelle from The Conjuring, Sam from Beneath the Tree Where Nobody Sees? They're all gonna be there.
Yeah. I too hope Superman kicks the shit out of Homelander.
Absolutely.
Shiny makes you excited. You make me excited, Matthew. Good to see you. Phil is
I don't know.
here. Phil, it will be canon. Just like, remember when Heroes Reborn ended and like the Fantastic Four and the Avengers were all coming back and they crossed over with the Wildstorm characters? It happened. We'll never speak of it again, but it happened. And that's what matters.
Right. Exactly.
That's it. Like, beneath the trees where nobody sees. Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
just said that a second ago.
I can't. Like, I can't read. Thank you too, Alex. See, I'm just like, I'm a mess, man. Yeah. See, all right, you can tell that, my gin and tonic is hitting me.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, to your point, will it be canon? I mean, like the Marvel and DC crossovers are canon. The Amalgam is out there somewhere. Who knows? Maybe we'll get him back now that we're doing crossovers.
That particular one is canon.
Yeah.
Right? A bunch of other ones really are not. They basically take place on crossover Earth and yay. What is crossover Earth was like Earth B or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. I know
because I know Captain Carrot was on Earth C. You know what?
Right.
This is the shit that I have on my goddamn mind.
What Earth is Captain Carrot from?
Right. I don't like. Yeah. Like I don't know. No. Like I was like, of course, I know Captain Carrot's from Earth C. It's hilarious. C for cartoon, for carrot.
Exactly.
It's C for everything. Just like the Shazam Earth, it's Earth S. And how do you get there? By flying around the Rock of Eternity. That's how you do it.
That's right. Yeah. There you go.
Because apparently the Rock of Eternity exists everywhere.
Go to Rock of Eternity and take a left.
I love that. It's like get right to it and swoop around.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a great crossover. I think it's like the DC Comics Presents Angle #2, and Savannah's got Shazam's powers, and he fights Earth 1 and Earth 2 Superman and the Shazam family.
Yeah.
Back then, annuals used to just be like, we're throwing it all at you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's how I like it. All right. But yeah, so right now you're very much enjoying DCKO?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I am for lack of a better term, I am all in DCKO.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not. I refuse to give DC free advertisement. I won't use those words. You know, I'll just say I'm enjoying it, and I'll stick around for more.
It's a Superman
Oh
story. It's a Superman story. You gotta love it. He's your
no, no
guy.
one's gonna have to love a Superman story. We all know this. There's a whole saga of Superman's life called The New 52 that I did not enjoy.
Cliff, we all know that when we start to talk Superman, your heart melts.
It's true. That doesn't mean I'm gonna forgive Dark Crisis. You know, my God. And all that other, I released the news to the press 29 seconds ago. Oh, shut up, Dr. Manhattan Superman. I hate this. You know, I'm like, police. I'm telling you, Final Crisis was murky because the editors did not have faith in Grant Morrison. And then they had to like rewrite that. And then all of a sudden they changed the artist and they blamed the artist. They blamed J.G. Jones, and they let J.G. Jones take the blame, but that was bull. All right. They just didn't like where things were going with him. But most of Dark Crisis, Final Crisis is good. Then Heroes in Crisis is just like, thank you for trying, but go the F home. Like, I can't with you. And then Dark Crisis just had it was just a shit. Like, I just feel like if you were part of the original Crisis on Infinite Earths, whether you're dead or alive, you were rolling over your grave with that one. You know?
Yeah, but there were a couple of stories that were part of the Dark Crisis. I'm thinking of the World Without a Justice League, the Superman story.
That was okay. I got to see my boy grow.
You know, when he hears his heart beat and everything, and he's like, it's like, oh man. Then there were some stories like the Young Justice one and the Wonder Woman one, which weren't that great.
The Young Justice one broke my heart because I bought every issue waiting for it to do something other than jerk my chain. So yes, Dark Crisis, unforgivable. But enough of that because we all know I say too much about those things. I did tell you to bring a Bussy Buster.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put you in the place of honor before I switch gears here. Let's do that. Now give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because I'm doing everything real slow.
So describe the Bussy Buster as a comic that I never thought that I would be able to own, but I do. And if you watched Guess That Key this week, you saw it. It's the big All-American comic book from 1944. This is it was a one-shot. It had Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Hawkman, Wildcat, Mr. Terrific. It had Hop Harrigan. It had all those good people. So this also was the first time that Joe Kubert drew Hawkman, and this was Julia Schwartz actually had a script that was printed in here. So I just got this like a week and a half ago. So yeah. The comic has been homaged a couple of times. We talked about it on Guess That Key was homaged, and just as the part of the new DC universe, the history of the DC universe, it was homaged as one of the variant covers. And then Alex Ross did a pretty famous homage back in 9/11. He did an homage with Superman standing in front of it saying "Wow," and all the people on the billboard were actually first responders.
Yes, I love that one.
Yeah, that was the homage that he did. So yeah, this was one I never really thought that I would own, and then it just kind of dropped in my lap, and I'm like, okay.
Mark said, "So did we." It was I don't even know which thing we're talking about now.
I know he definitely was talking about Young Justice. That was.
Oh yeah, that was yes. Oh, I love when we agree. So is that like large? Is that Golden Age size or magazine size or what?
Yeah, size? Yep, and it's 128 pages. So
wow,
it was actually 25 cents. So in 1944, comics were 10 cents. So for 25 cents, you got 128 pages. You can see. I don't know if you can see you can see how thick it is.
That is, and you can actually see the bold lettering for the extra pages. Very nice.
Yep. Yeah, so that's my Bussy Buster.
So, first of all, I love that. But also, I want to clarify the Bussy Buster is something you're excited to have added to the collection.
Oh, I'm definitely.
Well, no, it's fine. You
Yeah.
went over the moon, and I love it. And sometimes I go over the moon.
Mm.
I'm very proud of my Bussy Buster this year. Bussy Busters this year.
Okay.
But this Bussy Buster this week is special because it was a good gift. It was a gift. It was a gift.
Okay.
It was a gift from my good friend David Okanya.
Okay.
And he got me my very first PSA slab, and it's a Marvel swimsuit special.
Wow, nice. That just came out just a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
The swimsuit special.
Let me tell you, this shit is strong.
Yeah, it's what I've heard.
And now, mind you, I have critiqued them heavily on the label. I'm not crazy about the label, but now that I'm holding it in my hand, this shit, I can assault an intruder with this. I can. I used to reserve that for my encyclopedia collection from my childhood, but now this can whack somebody real good. I love that.
Right. And now PSA, they're not doing any 9.9s, right? It's either 9.8 or it's a 10.
It's 9.8 or 10.
Yeah.
Whatever. See, that's why I'm extra sassy with them. But points to them. This is a very strong slab. Points to them. Opening a location in Canada. Love you for that. CGC, get on that shit. And I don't like the short. Like, this is a huge label, so to use shorthand really bothers me.
Yeah, I know they're trying to do some kind of a brand thing where their card labels kind of match up to the comic labels, but I don't like the labels either. Really, they should do something different with that.
They got to change it up, And I know some people are really particular about, but I want all my stuff to match, or what. Like, look, how much are we gonna let OCD take over our lives? I don't know. But David, thank you. This is beautiful. Plus, there's shirtless men on it. We even got shirtless Tony on the back.
There you
go. Thumbs up in my book, because we do not get enough gratuitous male action on covers, as we all know.
It's a 9.8 in the slab, but it's a 10 to Cliff.
That's right. That's right. And now I'm actually thinking that all my other male fetish covers, I may send them to PSA. We'll see.
There you
go. You could knock somebody out with that slab. That's right, baby.
It's a deadly weapon.
Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, can take Batman and fight. Ooh, Rob Thomas coming in hot. But of course, I do believe that Karate Kid from the Legion of Superheroes could take down either of them. He's a master of all martial arts.
Yeah.
From the future. He knows everybody's business.
That's right. I mean, I guess all you got to do is just like, he would have already fought Batman, so he would know how to take him out, I guess, probably, or something.
And by the way, I am positive Karate Kid was about to whoop Batman's ass in the Batcave during the Lightning Saga, and then Black Lightning just happened to show up and blast him and knock him out. But I know he was about to take Batman down. But DC Comics couldn't let that happen on panel. They couldn't let that happen. Right. Mind you, in DC 1 million, the Batman of the future did an octopus kick and took out our Batman and sent him off to the future. I don't know what kind of favoritism bias bullshit that is, but here we are.
Hey, you know what? It's not easy coming up with different things for Batman to do or whatever. I mean, he's been around for 90 plus years, practically almost 90 plus years. Probably tens of thousands of stories. It's like, hey, you know what? Not easy.
You know what's great? When he's solving freaking crimes.
I mean, people didn't know what to do with him so much that Kevin Smith had to have him piss his costume.
I'm saying, hey, Paul, Paul, how about you answer this question? You answer this question for me, since I gave you a preview before we started.
Okay. There are Yellow Jackets all over his comic room. I saw a film clip of the ones that looked like they were perched on. Was that like a Walmart carry bag or something? I think it was probably, right. There were at least 5 or 6 on that. Then they were kind of flying around, getting the lay of the land and everything. So it's not good. It's just not good.
It's not good. It's not good. Let me tell you, I paid a lot of money to Orkin. Orkin's going to finish this job. They're going to finish this damn job. I will call them. I'll be like, y'all told me you would eliminate. I said, bring the murder machine. I was like, this is round 2. Bring the murder machine.
Right.
And you know what I really hate? They use a call center and like, and so just like anywhere else, the call center is giving you the world. And then the dude shows up at the door. Is like, that's not how we do shit. That's how nobody does shit. No, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he went outside. He fired an aerosol into the siding of my house to flush Yellow Jackets out. Then he sent a powdered injection into the outdoors to kill what was remaining inside. Then he hit the entirety of my house with the murder repellent, you know.
Wow.
And then he came in with straight dual blaster poison in the full freaking suit and hit my back room with it, and my guest room.
Yeah.
And now there's like 2 that were alive in there today. But downstairs, the comic book room, it's the stuff of absolute nightmares. Absolute nightmares. You know, like nobody wants to see their comic book room infested with anything.
So your comic book room is downstairs. Is it technically underground then, basically? Is it like a basement? Or
it's lower level?
I would say so, but it's not underground.
It's partially underground.
Okay. Because don't Yellow Jackets, don't they actually make their nests underground?
I should be so lucky.
I think they do.
We'll find, but I do believe that the nests are in the siding of my house.
Yeah, it makes sense too. So I'm sure anywhere that's, whether it's underground or in your siding, whatever, it's dark, it's probably cooler than, it is somewhere else. So that's probably where they're going.
I just want winter to come so they can all go back to the hell that they come from, and we can rip stuff open, find out where they made their nests, and murder them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, exterminate them.
Right.
Terminate them.
So when are they coming back to finish the hatchet job?
Well, I was told I'm not allowed to call them for 7 days.
Okay.
Right? I have to have 7 days, and if there's still activity, then I call them, and they come back for free. Which is not what the call center told me. The call center said, "Oh, you've got 30 days," and this guy was like, "No, you don't." So. Next has clip about spiders. He literally knows everything about spiders. All right, so here's a fun thing. The other infestation in my basement is a jumping spider. Now, It's very thick. It has a very thick body. So I believe that they're cave crickets. But also, I am not trying to F around with them. I just kill them as fast as possible and try to move on with my life. So either it's cave crickets or it's jumping spiders. But I guess in cave crickets, because these bastards have a thick body, And Cliff wants to send all the Yellow Jackets back to hell. Yes, where they belong. That's the best part of winter, where insects go back to hell where they belong.
Do spiders molt?
Do spiders molt?
Yeah.
Some of them do.
Okay.
Because as we learned in the last episode of Peacemaker, some of them can regenerate. Some of them can regenerate their legs during the molting process.
That was right. That was a joke. That's why I asked.
That is excellent. Excellent. The good job. See? And people say that education on television is dead.
Right. Can spiders fly?
Yellow Jacket, not just a shitty Marvel character anymore. Let me tell you something. After my experience, Yellow Jacket sounds like the most threatening motherfucker in all of comic books. That's how it turns you around, Taylor. Once you've dealt with these fuckers who've taken over your whole goddamn life, that Yellow Jacket's like, oh shit, Yellow Jacket's coming. It's like, he's an insect. No, he's terrifying. No.
We should get Yellow Jacket together with Aricia, and they'll have some fun.
Why would we do that? Because they're both a little mentally unstable? What are we trying to say about them?
Yeah.
Okay, some spiders can fly, Mark. Buy them a ticket on American Airlines. Oh, that's a good one. All right, I'm going to dare to turn on my fan. You tell me if it's too much.
Okay.
All right, is the sound overwhelming or am I safe?
It's not too much. I can't feel a thing.
You can't feel a thing?
No, that's good.
Okay, good, because I'm getting hot over here. And if I get hot, I may have to pop the shirt off, and that's just too exciting for Mark. You know,
not until after 10. We don't do this.
Yeah, not until after 10 Eastern on YouTube. Oh my goodness. So, in the world of comics,
Yes.
So here's my fun question for you: what keeps you reading modern comics?
It's got to be. I mean, it's gonna sound like a pat answer, but I think the writing and the art has just advanced to such a point where it truly is an art form. It's not just really, it's not just a comic book anymore. They deal with such complex stories nowadays. In some ways, I could say different and say what keeps me reading modern comic books is it keeps me from thinking about the real world. So it gives me a place to escape to, and the good writers, make Metropolis or Gotham or whatever, Sanctum Sanctorum, as real as the real world, and they keep you wanting to go back. So I really think it's the writing and the art has just advanced to such a place where it really is, it's just an art form nowadays.
All right, fair, because I know it's hard for a lot of people to get into modern books. I mean, one thing that's often said is like, you go read some of your Silver Age stuff, and one Silver Age comic can take you 20 minutes, and a modern comic can take you 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, I was very happy. Exquisite Corpses is a good read. Like, you got to sit down and read it. So I love that. And also that Titans Angle this year by Phil Jimenez, super love it. That was another one. You need to sit down and read it. It was a big love letter. All right, Kenji Slot Channel. Am I going to New York Comic Con? No, I am not. I'm a bitter bitch, and I'm tapped out. I spent every penny that I could with Heroes, with Terrificon, with Ottawa Comic Con, a bonus trip to Canada just to go see friends and just do something with my life and give myself some self-care. And now I'm broke. And so, that's it. I got a wedding to perform for my nephew next month. I got another one in February to perform in Puerto Rico for my other nephew. I mean, I'm quite tied up. I'm quite the tied up. Now, also, follow-up question. You said, what happened to your studio? Well, it's infested with yellow jackets. So I hope you're up to speed. Yeah. All right. Look at that. Mark praising you on your answer. I love that. I love it. I'm being interrupted.
Okay.
Oh my God, what a cup and everything. Yes, they'll see you if you come too close. All right, there we go. Look at that. You left me a little lipstick on your cup too. I love you. Oh.
So it's comics and cocktails and medication is what we're looking at.
And medication. I'm over 40. I'm over 40. This is that shit right now. Gotta take my metformin.
There you go.
Which I should not be having with a drink.
That's right. You're supposed to do that stuff with food, right? I think metformin. That's
cholesterol,
right?
I had food. Don't worry. I have food.
It's cholesterol, right? Metformin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on 1,000 milligrams twice a day. What are you guys on? Let me know in the comments. Oh my gosh.
You get together lunch and trade medication crackers.
I really wish that you did not break up when you said all of that so I could understand you.
I was gonna say, do you do you guys at lunch trade your medication like we used to do in elementary school?
No,
cookies and crackers and.
I am the second oldest motherfucker at work, the second oldest, and I'm it's hilarious. It's hilarious. One time I looked over at the two of the ladies I work with, and I said, I don't even know if I'm younger or older than the two of you. I just don't know anymore. And they're like, Cliff, we're older than you. And I'm like, okay. The head of our clinic is in her 30s. The staff is almost everyone is in their 30s. We have one staff member older than me. We have the We have a 61-year-old nurse who's leaving. So I'm really like the oldest motherfucker in there. And then we have a separate team that uses 1 or 2 rooms in our building now. And I'm older than all of them. Like, I'm just like, fuck. And then one time I was doing a group and my clients were asking about my age. And I was like, I'm older than everyone in the room minus 5 people. And they're like, well, what 5 people? I'm like, it's kind of obvious. And then this girl's like pointing. And I was like, don't point to them. They know they're old. And like, but it's true. 5 of my clients are older than me. Wow. And no, wait. More than 5 of my clients are older than me. But yeah, mostly. But I am older than I'm older than half of our total clientele. So, you know, they're like, why do you know this stuff? And I'll be like, I'm 47 and I actually pick up books and read.
That's right. Right. Because I have eyes. That's how I know this stuff.
It's so funny. One of my clients really likes Batman and Deadpool and comics. And, you know, and I pick up prizes for various things that we do. So I grabbed Deadpool Batman #1 and I grabbed the Infinity Gauntlet cover as a prize, right? Mm-hmm. So I gave it to this young man, and like he was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And then the following week, I'm like, "Dude, that book went up in price." He's like, "Oh, cool!" And then this week it's like, "Oh my god, this book is almost $50." And I was like, "I know, take care of it." Like,
and he rolled it up and put it in his back pocket.
No, thank God he did. He appreciated that I had it like in a bag and board. But he goes to the consignment shop a lot. There's 2 of them that do. One of them buys every wrestling magazine and occasionally a comic. This one, he likes to buy a comic like every couple of weeks. And I'm like, look, that's fine. I was like, but, you know, like, be choosy, you know, because like the consignment shop, like you can either get a good deal or they're overcharging you. There's like there's no in between, right? And it's so funny. He's like, oh, I want to pick up this old X-Men book, right? And it was like, you know, that old X-Men book, it's in the early 200s and Colossus is like this on the cover, right? That book don't mean nothing to nobody, but in the consignment shop wants $5 for it. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. You know, I'm like, do you really love Colossus? Yeah, I love Colossus. I was like, all right, it's the first time I'm hearing about it, but all right, go ahead if you want it. Tiny Onion announced, that's Tinian, that they have the next 5 years of Exquisite Corpses ready to go at New York Comic Con retailers today. Ooh, go, Tinian, go. And let me tell you, I'm down for that board game. That card game, I am down. I am totally down. I'm like, every time an issue comes out and one of them cards is in there, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I can't wait. I can't wait to actually play a card game. You know, because I love DC Deck Builder. If you have not played DC Deck Builder,
I have not.
You should treat yours. It's really easy. If you buy the beginner edition, if that's the cheapest one, learn how to play that, and then you can do more advanced shit like getting the death metal one. Yeah, you know, because like the death metal one, those cards, like you abduct superheroes. So like there's certain superhero cards you don't have access to because you got to defeat. You know, you got to defeat the supervillains to save those heroes.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
And then there's one that came out with a couple years ago. I backed the Kickstarter, and you can do Earth 1 versus Earth 2. Now it's not literal. It's not a literal Earth 1 versus Earth 2, but you do one deck on one side of the table, the other deck on the other side of the table. You play in a circle, and then like it changes based on like what Earth you're supposed to be on. Again, those are more complex, heavy-duty rules that are not necessary, but I freaking love this game. And I tell people I highly recommend. The Marvel Upper Deck one is similar. That one is way more challenging and frustrating. I still like it, legendary. I still like it, but it is way more frustrating. So if you want an easier, breezier game, DC, if you love a challenge, the Marvel Legendary.
Okay.
Let's see. We got another question. You know what I spent my money on was Magic the Gathering, Marvel Spider-Man. I'm $700. Yes, that shit ain't cheap. Nope. They have a collector's box, and then they have the box, and then they have the collector's pack, or whatever the heck they call it. They got everything. You know?
Yeah.
Is your house on fire, Paul? I just want to make sure we're good.
No, I'm good.
All right. Jeff, welcome. How are you, sir? I'm so mad. Like the beef, the whole thing is upsetting me so much. Like I have stuff in that room for Comics Curing Cancer. I've got stuff in that room for what I was going to be this month's giveaway, but like this month it just keeps going by, and I keep not showing people stuff because I can't be running into the literal danger room. You know,
you should have asked them to leave you one of those suits that they wear.
I almost ordered a body net. That's how frustrated I was. You know, and then the guy who I have working downstairs, refinishing the basement. As you have all been watching me, it's been going on for at least 2 years. Y'all remember when I was in that dusty old rotted freaking location, so waiting for the comic room to be finished. And so anyhow, the saga continues. But yeah, he tried to fight the Yellow Jackets, and he did weird stuff like trying to seal the hole and all that. And all that made them do was just try to find new places to go and ruin my life.
Exactly.
And then I Googled it, and sure enough, Yellow Jackets are a problem in New York this year. So fuck me, everybody. Thanks.
Not telling you anything you don't know.
No, this is my first time like genuinely dealing with them. So I'm just like, the whole thing horrifies me, And then some people suggested using gasoline to take care of the problem. It's very effective against these creatures, right?
Yeah.
However, all you need is one dumb fuck with a match, and that's it.
Yeah. However, it's gasoline.
And then all hell breaks loose. I'll be on the streets crying. My mother and I will be sleeping in a motel. It'll be terrible,
Yeah, I'm not sure I would say tell anybody who has a house. Oh yeah, you need to fix it with gasoline.
Terrible. Oh my gosh. All right, let me switch gears. Let's think about something positive. Something good.
Okay.
Absolute Wonder Woman. Are you still enjoying it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Every time somebody tells me that, I had to drop Absolute Wonder Woman, a piece of me dies on the inside. A piece of me dies. That's not how that works with Yellow Jackets, Mark. But I could show you how it could work for you.
Christmas can't come soon enough.
And I like Christmas to come multiple times.
I'm getting disappointed if you hadn't said that.
Oh my God!
But yeah, I'm still enjoying all of the Absolute books. I'm dying to see now what they're going to do with Absolute Green Arrow after we had the Absolute Evil from last week. Because
by the way, how do you feel about an Absolute Evil that the villains are like, we need to form the Justice League and stop these people? Mm-hmm. Like, how much does it make you cringe at what that world is like that they are on? That the villains are like, we need to form a Justice League.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the Absolute universe. Up is down, right is left.
Well, no, it's cute because, like, obviously they don't think that they're villains, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But the beautiful thing is, as Vigilante pointed out in this last episode of Peacemaker, Vigilante doesn't think that he's a bad person or that he's a villain. No villain thinks that they're the villain.
Absolutely. And you'd have to be that way in order to do what they do. You'd have to believe that that what you're doing is 100% right and correct. The best ones anyway.
Yes, I love how Mark is setting up chapters in my autobiography. I love it. And I have like a new name for my autobiography like every week.
Yeah.
It depends on the moment, the time, the spacing. My sense of depravity. The laughing man identifying the spiritual component of the Omega particle changed the game. Mm-hmm. They are the good guys on that earth. Mm-hmm. I mean, kind of, but also they ain't great. Like Rick Flag-Vinger went full villain in the end. That kind of went full villain. Yes. I agree with that. My mission impossible is to get Chris Claremont and Jim Lee to autograph my X-Men omnibus. Oh, that's not entirely impossible.
No.
You hang in there, you know, and if they show up in my neck of the woods in a place that I'm actually going to, like Terrificon, you send me the omnibus and I'll get on it.
Terrificon is the one in Uncasville, Connecticut. Is that Terrificon?
Yes, Uncasville, Connecticut, aka Mohegan Sun.
Right. Still good?
I stand by it.
Okay, there you go.
I only wish I had the blue gin, because that would have made this more fun and easy. But what can you do? All right.
You make with what you have. Make do with what
exactly. You got to do what you do. All right. My next favorite part of the evening. It's time for Rate It or Hate It. Tonight's Rate It or Hate It is brought to us by Cover.
To realize what Mark was saying, like the blue what? I had to run it through my mind twice when you said blue gin. I like the blue what?
The blue stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Cliff. So it's brought to you by
Cover. Actually, it's not brought to you by Cover Price. I'm bringing it to you by Cover Price. I'm using the Cover Price 2-year retrospective for this month. We're going to kick it off at number 10. If my back settles while I'm trying to use... I can't do nothing. Hold on. Let's share tab. All right. Retrospective at the number 10 spot. We got Birds of... Son of a bitch. Just do what I ask you, StreamYard. Birds of Prey, number 2. Otto Schmidt, variant 1 and 50. All right, Paul. Rate it or hate it means you decide if we rate it or if you hate it, and then we give it. If you rate it, it's a scale of 1 to 5.
I'm gonna go and rate it. The cover is pretty good. I don't collect Birds of Prey, but just based off the cover, the 1 in 50, I would give it probably a 3.
Okay.
3 of 5.
And that's fair, because all anyone bought this book for was the damn cover. And of course, because I'm a little bit bitter about cover chasing, I'm only giving it a 2, because if you're only getting it for the cover, which people clearly were at the time, okay. Like, that's it for me. Now, the next one I have some emotional investment in. From Marvel 2023, it's Wolverine number 36. The Hellverine. Rate it or hate it?
Yeah, I'm a hated guy for Wolverine. I don't.
Oh, he's a hated guy. You know, I do respect it, but I ended up actually liking Hellverine a little bit. All right, moving right along to number 8. It's Batman 609, the direct edition. And rate it or hate it?
Rate it. That was part of the Hush storyline, right?
Yep.
The initial Hush storyline. I mean, it's one of the seminal Batman stories of the past 30 years.
Yep.
So absolutely, I would give it a 5 out of 5. Hush was
and
so
of
good.
course, because I contributed to the conclusion of the story of the Hush storyline, and I'm sticking with the story till I die. I don't care how crazy it makes me sound. I too will give it 5 out of 5. You're welcome, Andy Lieberman. Come find me, bitch. All right, next up. Transformers number 1, Ian Bertram foil variant 1 in 100.
All right, I didn't get this, but it's a foil ratio, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5.
Again, I don't want to give it a 5 out of 5, but Transformers number 1 was a great issue. This is a really cool foil.
And Ian Bertram has pumped out some massive covers this past year.
No, he really has. I too will allow myself to go 5 out of 5 on this one, because I think it's a great book to have. I think we're on a wonderful journey with the Energon universe. I'm not 1,000% super crazy about his artwork, but I do think I have seen this in real life. I think it's a spectacular cover. I think it's a great series. So 5 out of 5 for me as well. All right. Finding the rest of this. All right. At number 6, no one is a stranger to this series. It's the Department of Truth #1. Rate it or hate it.
I've dropped off, but I absolutely love the beginning of the beginning of the series. What Tinian is doing is, again, I kind of dropped off after probably like the first 20 issues or so, but if you're a conspiracy theorist, this is how you can't pass this up. And it's like I'm going to give that a 5 out of 5 too for #1 anyway.
Look at Mark screaming, "You got to give it a 5 for me."
That's right, for conspiracy theorists. That's what I said. But also, I did enjoy the first couple storylines, and then it just kind of, when I was thinking I had to pare something back, it was like, okay, you know what? It's one of the last things that I probably read after the first so I ended up dropping it. So,
well, the good news is the book is still holding well. People still see the series, read the series, and have a high regard for it. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 myself. So sorry, Mark, but at least the book is well loved.
Mm-hmm.
And now we entered back into the shady world of variant covers. And number 5 is Wolverine 37, the Greg Capullo Virgin variant, 1 per store, which was really 1 per account per store. Haha.
Right.
So
I'm going to go ahead and give this a 4 out of 5 only because I was actually able to get this from my store, and I gave it away on one of the Guess That Keys.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 personally. I'm not super crazy about the cover, but I am super crazy about Greg Capullo because anyone who laughs at my dirty jokes, I like them.
And I want to say that besides 1 per store, this was the first Greg Capullo thing that Marvel released when he announced he was going back to Marvel.
Yeah. It was ages, man. Ages. All right. Now, one of my personal favorites is coming in at number 4. It's the first appearance of Dazzler in a newsstand, X-Men number 130.
Not a Dazzler fan. I'm
You don't have to be a Dazzler fan. It's called Rate It or Hate It.
I hate it.
How dare you? Dare you? Okay, now excluding Paul's thoughts, I'm just letting all of you know it's a 4 out of 5 for me, and I'm thrilled that I got a slab copy from Chris the Comic Vet this year. So yay! And
I'm happy that you love it. It's like that's the best thing about comics is that not everybody likes the same thing, and that keeps the diversity in comics.
Wait, and I'm glad you said that because speaking of people not only liking the same thing, at number 3. Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team 1.
Looks like an interesting cover. Never read it. Don't know anything about it.
Good, because I'm the same way. I'm like, what is this? I want to be on board. I would love to join in the Cyberpunk festivities. It just never does it for me. Like Mark said, it's like, what the hell is even that? I don't know. And I feel bad. Because obviously somebody is enjoying this out there. But that shit ain't for me. Moving on to number 2. Oh, it's another fan favorite. Spawn number 1 by Todd McFarlane. Look at it.
Classic. Just dying to have another movie made at some point. I'm sure there's probably a story somewhere. I'm going to give it, classic cover. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 probably.
I too am going to give it a 4 out of 5. There are 16,000 9.8s on the registry. Do not pay more than $125 for this, people. Stop that nonsense. Stop paying more than $125. If somebody has it, move to the next person who has it. Do not pay more than $125 unless you live in Timbuktu and you have to. That's it. But otherwise, I enjoy it. You know, the Todd Father is at NYCC right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his, what is it? Today's Friday. He's on his third glorious day there.
Mm-hmm.
You know. All right, what have we got at number one? Oh, you're gonna hate this, and I'm gonna be furious. At number one, it's Dazzler number one.
God. Wah, wah.
The first direct edition freaking comic from Marvel, mind you.
Yeah, hate it.
And he hates it. I'm giving it a 5 just out of spite. But I do want to say, before we started, I told Paul I was so happy to see this on the list because I'm actually bidding on one right now, and I'm hoping to get it to the 9.6.
It's actually gone down.
It has gone down because the Swiftie invasion has moved away from it.
Okay.
You know, now's my chance. And you know what's like really funny is like I own multiple copies unslabbed of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's just turned into that book. That when I find it, I'm like, if it's under $20, I'm like, oh, I'll just grab another one. You know, ooh. Todd announced he'd signed a director for the movie at NYCC Wednesday. I have his speech up on my channel. Good man.
I will believe it when I see a trailer.
But listen, let's be fair. Just because Todd signed a director still don't mean a thing.
Right.
All right. So look at this. The love collective P. Thank you, Desmond Rules. Did you know Taylor Swift is being canceled? For bullshit, she's being canceled. I will defend that bitch. This is unbeatable. Oh, you got me to spread my legs. Oh, no. Oh, she said the worst thing ever. People are stupid. I'm tired of everyone's stupidity. I can't believe I'm going to leave this planet with everyone dumber than when I freaking arrived here. Like, goodness gracious. You know? Canceling got
canceled.
Good. I hope so, because I'm tired. You know, people ain't ready. People are not ready for flipping cars and letting them on fire cliff. You know?
There you go.
I've been listening to track 7 off her new album on repeat. There you go, Mark. I'm not even sure if you're serious. I just hope you are. Thank you. All right. That was it for Rated or Hated. Oh.
I'm canceling everyone, canceling her. There you go.
I'm canceling everyone, canceling her. Damn it. I'm with you, Cliff. Thank you. That's true. He joked about himself. Good.
There you go.
I'm glad that Todd has a sense of humor. It's one of the things I kind of like about him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. My 7-year-old's daughter's favorite song for Confessions of Showgirl is Wood. As a parent, it's a little weird, but I can't deny the song is catchy as hell. You know? Dazzler kicking ass for roast kids. By the way, Dazzler series is kind of underrated. Like on the one hand, it's ridiculously sexist, and I kind of love it because like it's such a picture into the mind of folks back then. But then you got stuff like Rogue coming for her and her having to hire the Heroes for Hire to protect her from Rogue. That shit's great, you know? And Rogue is still all like angry and ragged and tough and she's basically like Solomon Grundy, except she steals your powers when she touches you.
Don't tell me Dazzler I'm on by mistake because I didn't have the comic I read and I just let it slide.
Oh my god. Yep, love that Bill Sienkiewicz cover on Dazzler. Am I saying his name right?
Sienkiewicz,
yeah. Okay, I think I got it right. There are some great covers on Dazzler. It's true. There are. You know? And then also, I love how she just had to date every hot guy. You know? It was like, oh no, what am I doing at Project Pegasus? Who's this blonde Adonis named Quasar or Marvel Boy, whatever his name is? Like his name's Wendell. I love it. And then it's like, oh no, I've been kidnapped into deep space. Oh no, I'm back on the couch. And some random is kissing me because he's in love with me. Oh no, Angel's here, and he thinks that we're in a relationship. I guess I'll just let him kiss me for 3 issues. Like,
hey,
my My favorite, though, was her team up with Spider-Woman. And Spider-Woman is actually trying to find, or Jessica Drew was the one hired to help her find her mother. And she couldn't. And they didn't, and they teamed up as Spider-Woman and Dazzler. And it's really funny because, like, Dazzler doesn't know that the other one is two separate people, but I'm pretty sure Jessica is aware that Dazzler is Dazzler, right?
Right.
So she leaves her a note that says, hey, I've done all I can. I'm really sorry. Like, here's your deposit back. I'm going to stay in touch with Spider-Woman and blah, blah, blah. Right? And I thought that was really interesting. You heard it here, folks. Cliff is here for the misogyny. Shout out to Misogyny 2025. We're back, baby. Unfortunately, there's truth in that. All right. Just a PSA. Tron Ares was badass. Go see it on the big screen this weekend, especially if you like either of the other two. Let's see. Dazzler with Doom on the cover made the Comic Tom top 10. Of course it did, because it's Doom. It's Doom. Isn't that only like issue 2 or 3 or something? I know Enchantress is on the cover of issue 2, but Enchantress is on the cover of issue 1, so why should we be surprised?
There you go.
You know, but I love them early issues. I just love picking up random Dazzlers. You know? Oh my goodness. All right. Paul, are you ready for your homework assignment?
I am.
All right. It is time as I get you into position. And I mean that with a lot of love in my heart.
We haven't even had dinner.
I know. For the 5-finger shuffle.
Okay, so my theme I chose for my 5-finger shuffle. Those of you who know that
you're breaking up. Hold on. You're breaking up. Start again.
Okay. So my theme for the 5-finger shuffle is George Perez. For those of you who know me, know that George Perez is my favorite artist. Very sad day when he passed away. So I'm going to start with, even though you really can't see it on here, this is the first appearance of the New Teen Titans inside. This was Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Probably his most famous creation, team up with anyone, was on the New Teen Titans with Marv Wolfman. So this is DC Comics Presents number 26. This was in the 80s. DC was doing this thing where they would put like 16-page comics in the middle of books.
But goddamn, Paul, in a 9.8. Woo!
So, and it happened to be, they did He-Man, they did one, they did Mask, I think, they did Captain Carrot. Those are all ones that they did, these kind of mini comics inside of comics. So this is where I first kind of found George Perez, was in this comic. So I kind of started, and then I had to get everything that he did. So that's my first one. And since it is George Perez and it is the New Teen Titans, I'm going to keep going with that. This is the New Teen Titans number 1. This is
and another 9.8. Oh my gosh!
So,
hold on, I got more heat.
So this was then springing out of that 16-page comic and a comic was the New Teen Titans number 1, which had kind of now the whole Raven and Starfire and Cyborg were kind of, they weren't with Robin and Kid Flash and Wonder Girl and at the time in the mini comic. This is when they first kind of got together and everything and came together as a team. So that was my second one. Staying with the New Teen Titans and George Perez, in issue number 2 was very famous. It was actually the first appearance of Deathstroke.
God damn.
So this was obviously, again, famous, and it's a newsstand too. But in the early '80s, probably newsstands were probably make up half of what the print run was, because comic shops were just kind of coming into their own at the time. So I wouldn't, even though it is a newsstand, it's not as if you got like a Spawn #1 newsstand, which would be worth a lot more than a regular Spawn #1, probably.
It's still a 9.8 new Teen Titans #2, period. Yeah. All right. And the fact that it's a 9.8 and it survived a newsstand experience is exceptional.
Yeah. So there was that. Then the other famous thing that happened in New Teen Titans is there was this story called the Judas Contract, which was very famous. First appearance a couple issues before the Judas Contract was Terra, the first appearance of Terra, who we find out had a little something going on with Deathstroke. But then we also got to see Deathstroke's son, Jericho, and we also had the first appearance of Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing. So there's that. So did anyone check Terra's ID? Nah, I don't think so.
No, because again, misogyny.
Exactly. Exactly.
Deathstroke was for diddling a 16-year-old, and everyone's like, "Oh, what a bad man."
And then so that's my last New Teen Titans, but my last George Perez. I actually have 2 copies of this. One of the things that he always wanted to do was he always wanted to do an Avengers JLA crossover. He started doing it back in the 80s. It got kiboshed by the infighting between Marvel and DC, and Jim Shooter and Carmine Infantino, or whoever was Dick Giordano, whoever it was that was running it then. Finally, they came back to it, and he did a very famous. My favorite cover is probably the one that has it's a wraparound, obviously, but the one that has all of the members of the Avengers and the JLA on the cover. Probably took him months to draw, I would think. But I have two copies of this is JLA Avengers. This is #3. Sorry, #4. Four. Very famous Superman holding up the Thor and the Captain America's shield. It's signed. Both of these are signed by George Perez. But then the thing that is, for me anyway, is they're also remarked by George Perez on the back. One is Superman, one is Batman.
I don't even have a spicy enough video to respond to this. Oh my gosh. That is fantastic.
So I got these actually from Dynamic Forces when they would do those things. So
oh my god, I love when Dynamic Forces used to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And look at them now. Yeah. Now they publish 1,700 covers a month.
Exactly. So so these I took them out so I could show you guys the back and everything, but I really need to get these slabbed, and
as you should.
Yeah.
With whatever company you choose.
Right.
But I hope you choose one that'll verify that it was George Perez.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they do the new JSA one, so that's pretty cool too. So that's my 5-finger shuffle. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
I know I enjoyed it. I was like, I can't remember the last time I got so turned on.
Go further up in the chat. You'll remember.
Oh, when I talk about when Mark starts talking about fisting me, yeah, okay. Look at Mark, holy potatoes, my gosh. Tara. Judas Contract might be the best DC story from the 80s, probably. Love the Titans collection. Jealous. Nightwing can't handle Starfire. I don't know. Apparently there are times where Starfire said yes, he can handle it. I love George Perez too. I discovered him on New Teen Titans also.
Yeah, and he just probably about 8 or 9 months before he passed away, he actually was living in Florida, and he actually walked into just a regular comic store. The people were there, and he just started signing books and everything. He just walked in off the street. He, anyone who brought him a book, he would sign and everything. He didn't. It was never announced. The owners of the comic shop didn't know he was going to walk in. He just walked in, started looking around, and people started coming up to him, and he took the time to sign, sign books and everything for people if they wanted to. So he was just seemed like he was, besides being to me such a great artist, so detailed, such fine lines that he drew and everything. He also just really kind of seemed to be such a really great guy too, such a nice guy. So constantly working for the comic community. He was one of the people behind the Hero Initiative when it first came out. So he was one of the people on the disbursement board, which is that gives out money to comic creators who are in need. So
no, he was a phenomenal human, and especially in the comic community.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I miss him very much. The first time I met him, I didn't even know it was him.
Mm-hmm.
We were at the Diamond Retailer Breakfast.
Oh wow!
I think in 2006, and he's got like all this stuff on his wrist, and he's talking about taking a sabbatical. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what do you do? He's like, well, I am a comic artist. I'm like, oh my God, are you George Perez? And I was like, why was the shirt made by your wife not a giveaway? But he sat down with us and he had breakfast with us. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And like that was just the kind of guy he was. He just had a nice time chatting with me, and he sat down with me and my friends and had breakfast with us and listened to all the bullshit from that morning. It was really wonderful. Mm-hmm. What else? Yes, we can go to.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Right.
No one. People would fall over themselves.
Yeah.
Fall over. Oh my God. He's a great guy. I'm really happy you chose him as a theme. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it was such an amazing story. It's so funny because it's just basic bullshit. Like the scrambled eggs, the bacon. You've been there. You've been there in your mind. You've been to those places like, all right, are these the eggs they made from powder? Like, and George Perez and I are just talking about it. Like, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like these eggs. And he's like, I haven't eaten anything in like, almost 24 hours. Like, not good for me. And now I'm like, oh. And then like just talking about like his surgery and everything. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But he's so great. So great. All right, this is that time where Paul, tell us about where you're going to be and what's going on.
All right, so this Sunday night I will be on Mark's channel for a week's end, like I am every Sunday. We'll be talking about the final episode of Peacemaker. We'll be talking about Tron Ares. We'll talk about all some of the news that came out of New York Comic Con, I'm sure, and we'll go over some comics as well. Monday morning on my channel, Mark and I will have the DC Comics deep dive. Since the Absolute Universe came out, we've been doing just Absolute books, so we'll be talking about Absolute Batman number 13. A week from Saturday, I will be on Only Slabs with Rob Fatstacks and Chris, the comic vet. And in a week from 2 weeks from this past Wednesday, so a week from this coming Wednesday, my guest that key will be on, and this gentleman right here will be on, as well as Izzyverse. Will be.
Oh my gosh! Oh
yes.
Y'all, but you called in 2 Puerto Ricans? Oh no! And are we already yelling on top of each other? Oh.
So yeah, if you're not subscribed to my channel, whatever, it's Sector 2815 on YouTube. No underscore. The underscores are just for my Instagram. So yeah, just take a look at Sector 2815. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. So.
All right. Well, Paul, thank you again for being here. Mark, I expect you for my Christmas episode. Damn it, I'm expecting you. Confirm the date. Confirm it. All right, everyone. I hope you had a good time joining us tonight. I can't wait to get back to my comic room. I feel so I don't know. I feel a little lost. I'm like, I don't have a second monitor. It's just me and this laptop. I'm like, where is my microphone? I got nothing. So I hope you guys had a good time. Until next time, read your comics, and I love you. Have a good night. Take care.